Welcome to the first episode of The Hot Seat. I'm Tashmin Malik and my first guest today is Behram Qazi. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I am a cricket correspondent who works at Pro Sports Pakistan in good areas. I am a former video content lead at Grassroots Cricket. I am a management engineer via, academics. And I also used to work in corporate digital delivery in Canada where I have 6 years of experience.
Yeah, I know you moved back to Pakistan and then now you work from home most of the time. You live in a joint family. How does that look for you, your whole day?
I mean, my days are dynamic. There are no set patterns. Of course, since I work in cricket, a lot of the times when I'm working is, outside the regular sort of work hours. I'll be working long nights many times because games end late. And then some days I have podcasts in E11, so then I have to drive there. Other days I record from my studio where we're sitting right now. So it depends on when the cricket is happening and what the schedules of tournaments look like. So as per that, my schedule is always different every single week. But I probably end up recording 6 to 7 podcasts per week.
You mentioned you lived abroad for more than 10 years. Do you have any regrets about that, or what advice would you give to the younger generation?
I would have any regrets about spending 11 years abroad. If anything, I feel like spending my formative years away from home, away from Pakistan, away from the comfort zone, and living on my own probably helped me a lot. Also, having experienced two very different societies up close and personal helped me grow as an individual because I picked up the best stuff from both those societies. No regrets of going, no regrets of coming back. I'm happy.
What is the best advice you got and by whom?
I was about to fail in university, and I was a stellar student prior to that in high school and before that. So I was going to, or potentially about to waste a lot of money and come back home after failing first year. But I survived that, and that is when my uncle told me that rather than thinking about the day when you will fail and go back home and everyone will be disappointed in you, just start thinking about the day when you graduate and everyone will be happy. And manifestation is key.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
Probably all the different times when my cousins and we were in Karachi and my grandmother's place, and we would just, play games and spend time with each other.
Was your choice to go into sports analytics influenced by the atmosphere you grew up in?
I don't know. I feel like I always kind of wanted to be in front of the camera, and as I grew older, I became a cricket nerd. And I had watched a lot of sports, but my love for cricket was a bit different than the rest of the sports that I watched, and I was super nerdy about this particular sport. I was probably an early teen when I first thought about it, but maybe the first time I actually thought about it seriously was 2013 when I was around 19 years old. So I knew that first I'm going to have to do all of the basic stuff, engineering degree, citizenship, earn some capital so that I don't have to depend on anyone else for money, and then I can go and do my own thing.
We know you're getting married in December. We know that marriage is a big challenge. How do you think you're going to manage? Like, how are you going to tackle it?
Well, you mentioned that I live in a joint family before, and that is my choice. That is not something that has been thrust upon me. I wanted this life for myself, and I'm pretty happy in it as well. And when I was, talking to different women, it would be one of the first things that I would bring up, and everyone was not for it. And this was something I wasn't willing to compromise on. So when my current partner, not only was she never said that I will make this compromise, she was excited about it. That was different. And then, I feel like once you find someone in life who has a similar value system to you, and, the way you look at the world is similar, then that person is the right person for you. And I feel like, it'll be a lot of happy memories that will be made in the future. It'll be fun.
You've seen both your elder siblings, kind of paint their way, or you've seen all of your nieces and nephews grow up. Do you think, how are you going to change? How are you going to paint your own kids? Are you going to change something? Do you like their painting style? Are you going to change something?
I've never really thought about it in that detail. I have an idea of what sort of, parent I want to be, or at least what sort of messaging I want to give the children. As far as disciplining children is concerned, that's something that will be new to me too, right? Because it's different with nieces and nephews. With your own children, maybe it'll be more challenging. But no, when I spoke about the value system thing earlier, that was important because you want the children to get one message as opposed to different messages from each parent. So if my partner and I view the world similarly from the same sort of lens or a similar sort of lens, that'll make that part easier. But I mean, you never know about these things. I'll have a kid and find out what those different challenges are. The nieces and nephews, sure, I kind of understand all the different stages a kid goes through, but I have not parented them. So that will be a challenge on its own. But it's something that excites me. It doesn't intimidate me. I look forward to it someday.
What advice would you give to the younger generation?
My advice would be to, maybe put themselves out of their comfort zones, put themselves in situations where they have to fend for themselves. That will, help them grow exponentially. Everything requires hard work. You can't, use any shortcuts in life. You have to do the hard yards. And one thing that I would just tell them is to, something that I find problematic in Pakistani society is there's a lot of focus on all the bad things that you shouldn't do, whereas the focus I believe should be on the good things that you can do, because doing good things is not equal to not doing bad things. So be a good person, help other people out, accumulate good karma, life comes back at you. If you do bad things, something will happen to you, it'll catch up. So yeah, just focus on being good human beings, be honest to your profession or your academics, and I feel like if we all just focus on being good people, the world would be a better place.
So we're down to the last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I hope I've made it big enough that I'm the voice of Pakistan cricket and I get to be an ambassador for Pakistan abroad, covering cricket games. Commentary is a big one, that would be the end game. But I've been doing this for 3 years now, and in the 3rd year I finally started to get a lot of traction. Now I feel like I'm really onto something over here, and you dream big, why should your dreams be limited? So I hope that I will probably end up, hopefully, fingers crossed, commentary gigs abroad and in Pakistan. And how Ramiz Raja is thought of as the voice of Pakistan cricket. Well, I want Behram Qazi to be thought of as the voice of Pakistan cricket.
Thank you, Behram Qazi, for being the first guest and for giving us your time in the hot seat.
My pleasure, and I hope that you guys are successful in this venture.
And thank you, viewers, for watching this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye!
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.